This guy accused of buying kidneys and then reselling them on the black market, making money off of people's misery. Look at this scar from a guy who donated. Poor people are paid $2,000, $2,000 for a kidney.
That clip from Megyn Kelly a few years back, clearly she's horrified about this black market kidney selling operation. So, something wrong with me? She's upset that poor people were paid $2,000 for a kidney. I say, fine. Apparently that person wanted $2,000 more than he wanted his kidney. We have two. You don't need both. Once you're an adult, it ought to be your choice how you use your body. If you want to sell a body part, it's your business. But no, not in America. It's illegal. It's illegal in most of the world, and this is why I say something must be wrong with me. It's illegal because most people are horrified by the idea of organ selling, but I'm horrified by the ban on it. 100,000 Americans are on a waiting list hoping to get a kidney. In the meantime, they suffer painful dialysis, 4 hours, 3 times a week, and it only partially cleans their blood. It's also expensive, $30 billion of Medicare spending. And thousands of Americans die waiting, hoping to get a kidney. Others risk their lives going to foreign countries or visiting sleazy doctors here in America who do transplants illegally. There's a thriving black market. Websites post ads for kidneys. This site says in America, kidneys go for about $120,000. But because it's a black market, you can't be sure the offer's real, or if it is, if the surgery would be safe. So imagine if you could leave America and go to a truly horribly governed country, Iran. They threaten the world, persecute women, stone people who break Sharia law, but they do one good thing. They're the only country in the world that legalized organ selling. Sigrid Frey-Revere went there to check it out, and you liked what you saw.
In Iran, they have a waiting list for people to donate, as opposed to a waiting list for people who can't get a kidney. So everyone who medically qualifies can get one.
I mean, Iran, of all places?
Exactly.
The only country.
The only country. And they've been doing it for 25 years.
You interviewed people there. You said, well, what if this were illegal? They say, I'd kill for money to do it illegally. It shouldn't be illegal. There's nothing wrong with helping yourself while helping others.
The sellers all thought that they were doing a good deed. They didn't think that money exchanging hands made it any less valuable as a social act of helping save another person's life. As a matter of fact, there are people who said, if I had a second kidney I could give, I would give it for free, because I got so much pleasure out of helping another human being. But at least this way, 2 of us were helped. I was helped solve my financial problem, and I saved a life at the same time.
They don't feel so good about it that they were willing to donate without the money.
Some people do. Some people do. But
they don't in these other countries. In other countries, people wait for organs.
Well, that's true. But even in this country, 1/3 of the kidney transplants come from altruistic donors.
Who don't get paid.
Who don't get paid.
And you have pictures of some of the donors here.
Well, one of the pictures you have is of a blacksmith who was an apprentice who needed the money to start his own shop. He told us later that he, in fact, had done that. He'd built an addition on his house, had his own shop now. And interestingly, he gave his kidney to a 15-year-old girl who is going to school and doing well. And he checks in regularly with her mother because it gives him such a lift to hear that the girl is doing fine.
Here are people who received kidneys.
Yes.
I mean, this one woman looks really old. I'm surprised they would choose to give her a kidney.
Well, pretty much. In Iran, if you qualify medically, there's no age limit.
In America, 100,000 people wait, hoping. In Iran, they get kidneys.
Correct. Absolutely.
Here you have donors and recipients together.
Yes.
Often they get to meet.
That's right. It's almost like open adoption in that way. I mean, the parties can decide whether or not they want to get to know each other. And about 50% of the time they do, and they have ongoing relationships where the recipients say the donors are like their son, and they